is Victor Rojo Kratochvil, and I go by Vv0000.
And how long have you been producing music for?
Like seriously, probably for 6 years, but the first time I ever started experimenting with making music, I was like 10. Like on an iPad, there was like this app called Tabletop, and I would just make like these really weird experiments. That was kind of what inspired me to it, but what really pushed me to actually get the software and try and experiment with the software was one night I was on SoundCloud and I stumbled across Tyler Creator's Cherry Bomb. And I had heard like Yonkers, like everybody heard Yonkers by Tyler, but that album just opened this entire world of sound to me, and it was very interesting because he was just so versatile in that album. Like he has jazz, he has punk. It made me think of music differently where I could do whatever. Like there was really no boundaries. So that was what really pushed me to just get the software and, you know, try it. Like I learned how to make beats by remaking Tyler's beats. So I would listen to his album Bastard, and I would just try and remake the beats from there, learn the chord progressions. Lil Yachty was my introduction to the world of SoundCloud. So then obviously like I started listening to like Mexico Dro, like Metro, Southside, all of those like huge like trap producers. And then that's kind of when I started mixing like that sound of Tyler, where it's kind of like experimental, like alternative with like that rap trap sound. And then recently, a really influential artist, Aphex Twin. He is my all-time favorite producer of all time. That's kind of incorporated like the electronic aspect to my production style too. When I make a beat, I'll make like 10 different melodies, and out of those 10, I'll choose like 2 or 3. So I can make like 10 different beats from like the one beat that I make, because I really like to just keep on building on each idea. Drum kits, they're genre-based. I sometimes challenge myself where I'll be like, okay, I'm only gonna use like this drum kit. But most of the time I kind of just draw elements from all those different drum kits. So I think that's kind of why my sound has this very, you can just tell there's a lot of different influences in my sound. My favorite thing when making a beat is when you make something and you're like, oh wow, this has never been done before. Like that's just such like an amazing feeling. Or even it's a high, like especially when you're making something that you know is good. Because like I said, I have a lot of beats where I've made them and I'm just like, oh, like I just gotta walk away at this point, like this isn't good. But when you're making something and like you like really resonate with it and you really like it and you're making music that your ears and like your brain like appreciate, it's euphoric. I'm making music that I want to listen to, not music that I think should be listened to. I would be content having 10 strong fans who listen to my music and who understand and fuck with like my goals and my vision, then be put on the Spotify playlist and have 1 million people who know nothing about me.